Hello all, Namaskara, Namaste. Today I'm going to talk about the movie Chava. Okay, the movie starts with full on action scene where Aurangzeb is there. They get to know the news of Shivaji Maharaj. In the whole movie, they refers Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj as Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. So initially I got confused like who is Shiva, then I realized it's Shivaji Maharaj. So Aurangzeb is happy because Shiva has died, as in Shivaji Maharaj has died, and everyone are very happy that Marathas are not gonna come for us and we are actually safe. But then enters, Vicky Kaushal, and there is a beautiful action scene where he just goes. I don't know, it's very hard to explain. It's so beautifully done. It actually shows his courage, his bravery, and his tactics. And there he fights with the lion and he manages to win against it. And then he wins that whatever attack he does. I mean, when he fights with the lion, the action scenes or how he actually beats lion or kills lion is so beautifully shown. I mean, you actually believe yes, he could kill a lion because it's so tactically shown, and the whole of the town is like smashed or it's down to ashes. And then you're like, who is he? Then you kind of, they don't directly tell he's Shivaji's son Shambhu, but then you kind of get to know he is like Shivaji's son Shambhu overall, seeing the how the story progress or how others praise for him. And then he enters this his kingdom, and then his kingdom just reminds of Bajirao Mastani court scenes. But I would like to say here the set or the scenes are more beautiful. I It was so lavish, it feels so royal, and there are all diyas lit around the court or his kingdom or his sabha. Wow, it's been done so much more beautiful than what I had actually seen Bajirao Mastani. But I'm sorry if I take Bajirao Mastani names or I'm comparing it with it, because other than I think Marathi or the Marathi kingdom or the Maratha kingdom is basically known for us through that movie or the lavish grandeur which it did or which it did show. And then and whenever I see the movies where it's against British or Aurangzeb, Mughals, I just feel my blood boiling because I know they were able to rule over India for a long period of time because of us, or because of this dhoka or this cheat our people did to us. So here also it happened. Divya Datta comes and she is like, she wants her son to be the next king. So she kind of, how do I say, cheats on the current Raja Shambhu, Vicky Kaushal, and then offers aid to Akbar. Akbar is Aurangzeb's son. So Akbar is against Aurangzeb. So he has run away from his state. But Divya Datta is like, if you kill Shambhu, I'll help, my son will be the king. Then I'll help you. I'll give my support Maratha's army to you so you can fight you can fight your father Aurangzeb. But then Akbar wants Vicky Kaushal as in Shambhu support because he knows Shambhu is very strong. But then Vicky Kaushal meets Akbar, and then all this happens. Vicky Kaushal is no, but then Akbar shows a letter Divya Datta sends, and Vicky Kaushal is like, you know what? Until you are in our land, you have my protection. You will not die. That's my word. And then Divya Datta and all her supporters. Divya Datta kind of dies. I don't know how. Maybe I kind of didn't understand. Did he give the punishment, or she died of natural causes? But all her supporters were, you know, killed by an elephant. They leave the elephant and it's like a stampede for those people. Divya Datta also dies. And then the drama starts that Akbar was given protection under Shambhu. Aurangzeb knows. And now the Aurangzeb is like, how can this 24-year-old boy beat me? I am the one who came to the throne, killing my own brother, and I gave my own brother head to my father as a gift, Shah Jahan, and I made him to see Taj Mahal for the last 8 years while he died in a prison. So I had been to Delhi, so I or Agra. I had seen the Taj Mahal, and I heard the story while going to Taj Mahal or while seeing the nearby places. That tour guide actually told me this was the place or this was the prison where Shah Jahan saw Taj Mahal while dying years. So this story they told, I kind of knew this, and it was told in the movie. So I was like, for sure, this is a fact. And the way he tells Aurangzeb, Akshay Khanna, wow. And now Aurangzeb wants to capture Shambhu. That's the whole process, and how this Vicky Kaushal, defends himself. What this Maratha strategy, how are they so powerful, how even the environment supports them. So it's throughout the same movie, and in the capture scene also, they are cheated, or he is cheated by his own brother-in-law, as in Vicky Kaushal's wife, as in Rashmika Mandana's brothers. If you don't know, Vicky Kaushal's wife, Shri Sakhi, is done by Rashmika Mandana and her brothers cheat, and 5,000 Mughal army tries to capture Shambhu, who actually he doesn't like being called Shambhu, or no one calls him Shambhu. He likes to being called Shambhu, but he's being called Maharaj Chhatrapati, I guess, Maharaj in the whole sequence. They capture Vicky Kaushal or the Shambhu. He only has 150 people support, or it's someone would have leaked that he's not with protection. He's in some meeting, and 5,000 Mughal attacks, and it's like bloodbath. All the river is in red color, and he fights. So many soldiers try to capture him, and the one who cheated, the Ranoji or some G brother-in-laws, they tell until his hands are free, you cannot capture him. And they capture Vicky Kaushal. Wow, the scenes. Wow, man, he was so strong. 5,000 people could not capture him, and the rest of the people who actually did with him they die so bravely, and you feel so proud of this Marathas or the Maratha kingdom, and for the legacy they have. Wow. And the movies does not end here. Let me remind you, he is being captured, and he's being sent to where Aurangzeb is. Okay, before going, what happens in the climax? Rashmika Mandana, as I told, the wife, they have the scenes where she doesn't have much screen space, or their love story is not the portray, or is not of concentration here. So the more concentration is of Shambhu the Maharaj, or the valor, the great Shambhu Maharaj is the concentration. And there are some scenes where Rashmika actually supports him, and Vicky Kaushal asks him, are you not scared that I'm going to war? She's like, I'm scared for your enemy. So there are cute scenes like that, and they show throughout the movie that they have some unique connection with each other. They kind of understand each other. And Rashmika Mandana will be pregnant, and somehow, as I told, I'll mention Bajirao Mastani. I kind of liked Priyanka Chopra as the Marathas princess or the queen. Rashmika Mandana looks beautiful. I thought she will look good because of her big eyes, and she's a South Indian. So obviously Marathas, I don't consider them Marathi. Maharashtra is not actually not north. It's kind of borders Karnataka or the South India. So I thought she suits the role well. Somehow no, and her accent, I don't know. I don't like her accent in Hindi. So it was a bit off for me. And even the action sequence throughout the movie, how you're trying in the movie, they're trying to slap, and that slap intensity or the speed reduces while touching the face. I felt even the action sequences here were little like that. I don't know, maybe it was because of the sword fighting. Not everyone are comfortable with it, sword. It didn't look authentic, real. Or I saw Jodha Akbar, even there I felt it to be a real, let it be the sword fight or some fight between where Aishwarya, Hrithik or Sonu Sood does. Here I just felt that was a bit weak. And even there are scenes where Vicky Kaushal is heartbroken that Divya Datta sends aid to Akbar, and he thinks of her as a mother. So he's heartbroken, he cries. But even there, I felt it's a little flat. I don't know, maybe because he was doing the role of a Maharaja. He wanted not to be true, or he didn't want to cry openly. Somehow, I just felt he was a little bland. But last 1 hour of the movie, he's like super duper good. You know why he is the Vicky Kaushal. I mean, he has done brilliantly. And there are few scenes between Vicky Kaushal and Rashmika Mandana. Vicky Kaushal tells, I lost my father and I lost my mother at a very young age. So I have always craved for motherly love. And I saw in Divya Datta, I kind of forgot her name in the movie. So I longed for her and she did this. I am like very sad. And you know what Rashmika Mandana tells, or Shri Saki tells in the movie. I don't know why he calls her that. I have no background, sorry. So she tells in the next Janma, or in the next birth, I want to be your mother so that all your wishes can be fulfilled. I'm like, what? I understand, but who tells the spouse that I want to be their mother? I've heard you tell to your parents that I want to be your parents, or the parents telling I want to be born as your kids in the next birth, but not this. This was a bit odd because, and similarly, she tells another statement, like she tells Vicky Kaushal, I see the love for your country is seen in your eyes, and then he asks, what do you see in my eyes for you? She tells how Krishna sees Yashoda. I'm like, what? No, it should be how Krishna sees Radha. See, that's what I expect from a husband and wife. But yeah, okay. And as I told, okay, let's back to the climax of the movie where I told you, or Aurangzeb captures Shamu, and let me tell you, while the war starts, or Aurangzeb decides to capture Vicky Kaushal, his son Rashmika will still be pregnant. But when he captures, son would have grown. So it shows the war would have been going for like continuous years, like 8, 9, 10 years. So after 8 years, I think he gets captured. You can imagine like the trauma of the others who are there, and how this war is ongoing. And you can see Aurangzeb has aged. Like, he's not young obviously in the movie, but even then you can see he has got wrinkles, he has become more bald, and his hair is more white. And then they capture Vicky Kaushal. He's being tortured for half an hour. For most of the scenes, they take off his nails, and oh, it's too much torture. I kind of get why people had tears while coming out of the theaters. Man, I could not watch it. It was so heartbreaking, and then how he endured it. Wow. So you have to see it for yourself. And then there is a scene, I don't know the meaning of Chava, but he tells, शिवाजी को शेर कहते हैं और शेर की बच्चे को छावा. I was like, okay, Lions Cub. And before captures, you have seen in the trailer how he just hauls those 20 to 30 men or some 50 men. Ooh. And then Aurangzeb, even then he tells, comes with me. I'll give you, a shelter. I'll protect you. Only one thing you have to do is you have to convert to my religion. And Vicky Kaushal gives badass reply telling, you also can come to me. I'll also give you power. And you know what? You need not convert to my religion. Goosebumps, I mean. Wow. And then Vicky is no more. But then Vicky would have told a statement. And throughout the movie, like when he's captured, Rashmika and Vicky, Rashmika knows what happens. He would have given his necklace to one when he captures to one of it to give to Rashmika, and she kind of understands. And whenever Vicky is like, Jagadamba, and even Rashmika feels his pain and tells Jagadamba. And then Vicky Kaushal tells Aurangzeb, you know what, even if I die, there'll always be one more person, or how do I tell? My throne will not be empty. Someone will take my place. Someone will become Chhatrapati Maharaj. But for you, your lineage ends here. After you, there is no one to take after you. And it hits Aurangzeb. And then when Vicky Kaushal dies, here Rashmika makes Ramaraje, Divya Datta's son, like he's the one who is actually 19 years old. He would actually want to come to war, but Vicky Kaushal is like no. And then he is made the Maharaj, and then letter goes to Aurangzeb telling Maharaj abhi bhi zinda hai, as in Maharaj is still alive. Wow, the Indian legacy. Wow, I just wish people hadn't cheated, they hadn't done this internal politics for their own personal benefit. If not, I think we would have been so much better. We were the richest country back then. I just wish how prosperous we would have been. It just hurts, man. It just hurts to see it. And then the music score, like everyone told, A.R. Rahman, uh, when Vicky Kaushal is dying or when he's being tortured, the song is like, Ya Allah, some tune, Sufi kind of music plays. I'm like, no, this is not the kind of music to be played while he's dying. I understand he's in Aurangzeb Khed or captivity, but no, I kind of, even that, the tone like, Narsimha, Narsinga or something. That also, no man. I needed more folky music, more Maratha music, or more that grandeur of the music, drums and similar like that. I feel this was too Western or too Sufi. मज़ा नहीं आया यार. And no, I kind of didn't like the music score. Yeah, and you know what? If you don't want to watch the movie or if you don't want to see too much of struggle, like when you know someone is gonna die, it's very hard for me to watch on the silver screen or on the theater. Same for me, but you have to know our history. These people are not to be forgotten. I kind of didn't know the story of Shambhu Maharaj. I was not taught in school, but I think we should all know it and honor and be proud and be respectful to them and just learn few things from them. And throughout the movie, Shambhu kind of remembers the words of Shivaji Maharaj, and I think in a way they have honored even Shivaji Maharaj legacy, so that was beautiful. Yeah, okay then. That's all for now. Thank you. Bye. Har Har Mahadev.